Let's do a siphoning experiment. Got two jars now, dual hoses. One hose just to allow the pressure to vent from one to the other, one to go down into the water. Both lids are identical. The cool thing is when you start a siphon, it actually flows uphill into the other tank. So if I were to raise this jar up, this jar will continue to drain. It's going to go uphill, over, back uphill again, into this tank. That process is going to continue until these two water levels reach the same level. Now if I merely set this one back down, the flow will reverse and they're going to even out again. As the liquid from this tank goes into this tank, it's pushing the air up, which is why I have this vent hose, so it can just vent the air back into the other one, so we don't stop the siphoning process. And the higher you raise it, the more pressure you actually get coming out the end of the other hose. That's why you see water towers up on hills. The weight of that water at that height creates a lot of pressure down here at ground level. So we can just do that all day. We can just make it go back and forth, and those two are just going to sit there and level out. Even if I hold this up in the air, it will continue to level out. Probably about even there. Oil and water don't mix. Oil is less dense than water. That's why oil will float on top of water. Now I'm curious in this situation, if I were to raise the oil up, would the oil fill this tank? Would it go through the water, which is more dense than the oil, and then come up to the top and float in the water? Or will it get to the water and stop? I suspect with gravity pulling down, it's going to force it through the water and then it's going to float back to the top. That's how I would understand it to work. Whatever downward force you want to apply to it is what's at play here. There is no air pressure difference. They're at the same level, so no outside pressure can get in the tanks. So let's see what happens. Well, the oil is moving. It's a lot thicker. Let me get the camera on the back side where you can see it. So the oil is coming down through the more dense water and then floating back to the top. I do not believe that that would be possible without gravity. Thinking through logically, when we raise this jar, why does that speed up? There is no outside pressure getting in here. Again, so you can see the entire apparatus. It still has a bit to go to level out. Same principle, I can raise this one and we can really see it getting turbulent in there. It's really putting a lot of force behind it. It's a little bit heavy. I'm just going to set it right there. So the water will siphon much quicker than the oil. These jars absolutely don't care how much has oil, how much has water. As soon as those levels get equal, it's going to stop. This is an interesting find. That is where they level out. I'm going to guess the weight of this equals the weight of this, which is going to be a difference of that. So I guess water doesn't always find its level. So if it's not gravity pulling down on the two liquids, that is keeping them unlevel in this case, but most likely equal weights, which I guess I can easily get the scale out and check that real quick. Well, here I'm going to go ahead and show that I'm an idiot. I raised it up, put it on the scale, and it's just re-leveling itself. So yeah, brain fart on my part. But my previous question, what is making these two level out but remain unlevel if it is not gravity? I already know the majority answer is going to be electrostatics. Is there anything we can do to try to rule out electrostatics? Just want to show that everything in the pool is bonded, including the water. So 125 volts every time I stick it in the water. That's why, to me, electrostatics just doesn't feel like the solution. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was certainly fun to make. Made a surprise observation that I didn't think that I would see, with the two jars not leveling up when they have two different volumes of oil. That was interesting to me. Guys, if you don't care to help me out, if you watched the video all the way through, give me a follow, give me a like, share it, repost it, and let me know what you thought in the comments, or let me know what you'd like to see. We'll see you on the next one.